Welcome back. In this lesson, we're diving into the topic of forgiveness. Forgiveness is a powerful act of self compassion and healing. It's not about condemning what others did or minimizing any pain caused. It's about freeing yourself from the burden of holding on to resentment. Let's explore what forgiveness really is and how it can transform your journey. Forgiveness is often misunderstood. It's not about forgetting or excusing someone's actions. It's about releasing the emotional grip that hurt and resentment have on you. In this lesson, we'll explore how forgiveness starts with you, whether it's forgiving yourself for mistakes you've made, how you have treated others, or forgiving others for harm they've done. I'll also introduce you to a guided meditation to support you forgiving yourself and others mentally, emotionally, physically, and energetically. Holding on to emotions like anger, resentment, or guilt keeps us stuck in the past and prevents us from fully embracing our life now and creating an abundant future. Forgiveness allows you to let go of those emotional burdens, making space for healing, growth, and a deeper sense of peace. Whether it's forgiving yourself or others, the act of forgiveness is ultimately for your own benefit, allowing you to move forward without carrying the weight of old wounds. It also allows you to take your power back and take responsibility for your life. Forgiveness is a decision you make to let go of feelings of resentment or vengeance towards someone who has harmed you, including yourself. It's about letting go of the emotional hold that these feelings have on you. Often, we are our own harshest critics. We put ourselves down about our past actions, mistakes, and shortcomings. By believing that what we did in the past is who we are now and unforgivable, keeps us from living our fullest potential today. There's a saying that goes, "The past is history, the future is a mystery, and the present is a gift." That's why it's called the present. Practice forgiving yourself for things you didn't know any better and wish you could have done differently. Forgiving others doesn't mean forgetting what they did or letting them back into your life, unless you choose to let them back in. It's about freeing yourself from the pain of holding on to resentment and moving forward with peace. Let me tell you my story about holding on to resentment and how it led to regret for me. When I was 36 years old, two of my uncles told me to come into the office because they wanted to talk about finances with me. They also invited my sister and mom. They then started to talk about something completely different, about me and my life, and how I was living it incorrectly and that there was something wrong with me, that I needed to go see a doctor. The meeting got heated, and after an hour, lots of yelling and screaming and fighting. Finally, my family, my mom and sister, decided to leave with anger and frustration. From that day forward, I felt a sense of angst and bitterness. I no longer really wanted to be in a relationship with my uncles. I stopped talking to both of them. It took me 5 years to feel a sense of forgiveness towards them. Unfortunately, one of my uncles passed away before I could forgive him and build a relationship with him again. I feel sad that I held on to the resentment for so long and I lost out on a relationship with him. If you don't feel ready to forgive someone, start by asking yourself, why? And notice what you're holding on to. And start by letting go of that first. Once you let go of the thing you are holding on to about the person or situation, then try and forgive that person. When it comes to forgiveness, there are many different traditions that have forgiveness practices. There's a Hawaiian practice called ho'oponopono, which is, I'm sorry, please forgive me, thank you, I love you. Throughout the years of practicing forgiveness, I have created my own forgiveness practice that adds elements that work for me. The first element is to start by forgiving yourself. I need to forgive myself first and foremost in the ways that I think that I should have done something, how I should have been, or how I should be today. Once I have forgiven myself, it can be easier to forgive others. The next element is forgiving the other person. You are forgiving them so that you feel free and clear. You aren't making what they did okay whatsoever. You are letting go of any held charges that are hurting yourself. The final element is to ask for forgiveness from them. This is all about the energies. Whether they did something wrong or not, it is an energy exchange of letting go of any connections between you and the other person so that both of you can move on and be free. You will know you have truly forgiven yourself or someone else when you think about yourself or someone else or a situation and you no longer have the same emotional charge or reaction. You feel at peace and ease or a sense of calmness about the situation. Sometimes you can feel a sense of gratitude for what has come and gone. I hope you enjoy the guided forgiveness meditation. You can find it in the resources section below. Here are a few activities you can do. Reflect on past situations where you felt hurt, angry, or guilty. Consider how holding on to these feelings is impacting your well-being. Write down what you need to forgive yourself for, as well as others. Write or type a letter that you won't send to yourself or someone else, expressing your thoughts and feelings honestly. End the letter with an intention to forgive and let go. To recap, you've learned what forgiveness really means, exploring the importance of forgiving both yourself and others, and learned about forgiveness practices as tools to letting go of resentment. Remember, forgiveness is a process. It's okay if it doesn't happen overnight, but each step you take helps you release emotional burdens and make space for healing and growth. Reflection question number 1. How does holding on to resentment or guilt impact your well-being and growth? Reflection question number 2. What was your experience with the forgiveness meditation, and did it help you feel a sense of release? Reflection question number 3. How can you incorporate forgiveness into your daily life, even in small ways? Practice forgiveness meditation for the next 30 days. Notice any shifts in your emotional state and sense of peace. Continue journaling about forgiveness and explore areas where you might still be holding on to hurt or resentment. Get ready for the next lesson where we'll wrap up this module with a 7-day action plan to help you put everything you've learned into practice.